So that's Fisogo Hlentuli. And I think, Linda, it would be remiss of us as journalists to not tell the South African public that this is someone who's already serving time for other crimes that he has been found guilty of.
I don't know why. You know what? We're just going to call it as it is. Okay, we're going to call a spade a spade. Newsroom Africa said, you know what? We're not going to be accountable. We're not going to look within. We're going to slap a big, huge logo in the center of the screen and hope they go away. Hello, Mzansi. This is Mzansi Unfiltered, and I'm back with another Holding Newsroom Africa Accountable, aka Linda and Chloe. Now, this little clip that I'm sharing here, you can hear Utloli starts off with, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Before we get into what happened in court today, I want to first of all remind members of the public, especially the gullible ones, especially the ones who don't know that you are innocent until proven guilty, no matter what your previous charges are. Now, listen, I'm not saying that Fiso Ntuli is in any means an upright citizen. It is clear, it has been clear, and I've been saying it on this channel that he has 6 unaliving charges. So, members of the public, we are well aware about that. But that, ladies and gentlemen, the tone in which it is entered, it is the intro, and then it is used to set the tone that, don't forget, don't you dare have sympathy for this man. Don't forget he unalived 6 people. Now that I've reminded you that he unalived 6 people, the crimes of correctional services are nothing compared to what he did to the 6 people. Do you see how Utloli is packaging it up at the beginning, setting Fiso Ntuli for public outrage? But thank goodness there's channels like Mzansi Unfiltered. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscription button. Why? Because I am here to hold mainstream media accountable, because they have the masses. This thing, they have instead decided we're going to slap a huge logo in front and not fix the problems from within. And by problems, I'm saying what I see as problems when they are reporting what happened in court, especially the fact that they have a reporter seated inside Pagati within the court for a full session. I wasn't sure if, I could refer to them as reporters. I really wasn't, and I'm not just trying to, entertain you guys. Genuinely, I wasn't. But when I heard him say, as reporters, I was like, okay, so you are reporters. But what is it that you're doing? What is your end goal? What is the end goal? Because all I want to do when I'm listening to the news is hear what's happening, okay? I want to hear where the traffic is. I want to hear when the sun is rising. I want to hear when the rain is falling. I don't want to hear an opinion, because then you're leading me astray. You're not letting me listen and not judge. You're teaching us, the viewers, to be judgmental. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I am against. But let's get into it. Let's listen to the rest of what these two had to say.
And this is certainly one of South Africa's most hardened criminals. And therefore, some people would say he actually deserves to be taken to one of the strictest areas of the prison. What did the judge say about his complaints?
Well, Oli, despite his, criminal history, you would know that the Constitution of South Africa makes provision for human rights to be observed in all the facilities. And that is why you would have, institutions or organizations like JICS who ensure, or whose mandate it is to ensure that the rights of inmates are protected and that the law is followed at all times and that their rights are respected. So when the prison officials look at him, it does not matter how much time he's serving. What matters is whether or not his rights are being protected at that particular time.
Hold the line, hold the line, hold the line. What on earth is going on here? Who is this? Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute before you start clapping. Wait a minute, hear me out. Yesterday, we all know Judge Rutter did the unthinkable, the unimaginable. He actually showed up as a judge and flexed his muscles. Yesterday, in my community post, I did a poll. I said, today's poll is going to be very simple. After what has happened in court today, and Judge Rutter has issued a ruling for Fisoguhle and Tuli not to return to his abusers at Hosimampuru, and he gets an immediate transfer to Lukop, right? And then I say, does Judge Rutter deserve flowers today for finally flexing his weight as a judge? Now, 28% said no, it won't last. 72% said yes, he did the right thing finally. Thanks to all the over 1,000 people who participated in that poll. But I bring that up because one person left a comment and said, what we're not going to do is praise a fish for swimming. And you know what? That sentence has stuck with me. And as I do this review, I almost praised Linda Mnisi for being a journalist, for speaking of the Constitution, for finally reporting accurately on what happened in court. But a little bird whispered on my shoulder and said, Why? Ask yourself, why does he sound so different today? Yet on many occasions we have caught him out. Why? Because he always has to be on the side of the judge, if you notice. So today, the judge ruled in favor of Fisoguhle Ntuli. Therefore, that is the side that Umlinda Mnisi is going to report from. That is the perspective he's going to report from, and therefore he finally takes it upon himself to educate Uxoli. So between the two, we know Linda is the one who sits inside the court. So, Linda might be, not Linda, Uxoli might be led by emotions, public views, public opinions, just like over here on Mzansi Unfiltered. We do public polls, just like the one I just showed you, just to get a pulse of what is it that people are thinking, members of the public jury, right? We don't know all the laws and everything, but what is your public opinion? That is what my polls are pretty much based around, just to get a sense of the pulse of the community. Okay, so I digress. Back to the reporting. Now, he educates, and he did a brilliant job too, if I must say. He did do a brilliant job. Am I excited? No, because we know it's going to change. Is this a change in the right direction? I don't know. Only time will tell. But I can confirm. He explained the Constitution very well. That yes, he might be a horrible human being, but the South African Constitution does not allow you to bring his past into his current case. His constitutional rights does not allow correctional services to do as they please with him, because he still has his rights, no matter guilty or innocent. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section down below. Did you notice that the reporter that sits inside the courtroom suddenly today explained the Constitution, and that Fisoguhle Ntuli was definitely within his rights to report the alleged abuse that was going with him? And why does it conveniently happen when Judge Rutter rules in favor of Fisoguhle Ntuli? Let me know your thoughts. I think this one is a heavy one for us to break down. But let's continue on.
So this was a tussle of basically versions between him and the head of the CMAX, because he says, when he left this morning, he in fact had an opportunity to see his blankets. He says he had 3 blankets and a sheet, but according to Fisoguhle Ntuli, those were taken away from him. And even when he comes back from prison, from court rather, and asked to make a call, he's not allowed to. He's told, but you know that you're not allowed to make a call. He's now asked that he be moved to a maximum facility in Logop where he believes he will not encounter all of these problems.
Are we going to praise a fish for swimming? No, absolutely not. We're not going to do that. However, this is what accountability does. This is what holding Newsroom Africa accountability does. Why suddenly the switch up? All of a sudden, the reporter that's inside Pagati within the courtroom is taking his time to explain everything exactly as it happened in court. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a first time for everything, but we are not going to celebrate a fish for swimming. What we are going to do is continue to monitor the situation. Okay, so right now I think we're stable. Okay, we're cruising nicely. The reporting was accurate in my opinion. The host reporter, Okoli, wanted to take it a different direction, but Ulindamnisi brought him right back. Okay? Now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And here's the poll I'm going to ask you in this video. Does Fisogutlen truly deserve to be tortured, electrocuted, the blankets taken away because he took the lives of 6 people and is serving life sentences? Is he less than, or is this a case of some animals are more equal than others? However, he's gone through the courts, he's been found guilty, and they have sentenced him to life sentences. The SENZO MEYIWA case, he has not yet been found guilty. Is it okay that a cell phone is alleged to have been found with him, although he says, I've got no clue what everybody's talking about? And in this same interview, is it this interview or another one? Correctional Services comes through and finally gives a media statement about Fisogutlen Ntuli. Listen, this could have been an excellent exclusive. They would have brought it up. We would have all been jaw-dropped. We would have been shocked. We would have done what Ukoli wants us to do. Judged Fisogutlen Ntuli to the highest degree for having a cell phone, knowing very well he unalived SENZO MEYIWA, a national goalkeeper, a hero, a son to the Meyiwa family. But they didn't tell us. Nobody said anything. Correctional Services didn't make an announcement, the same announcement they made for Kat Madlala. They did not. It's not like accused number 5 is a petty thief. He's a professional unaliver. That is very, very clear. Somebody left a comment and said, we are Mngoma, Fisogutlen Ntuli. And I said, tell me the sentence I said I Mngoma him. Tell me the sentence. Tell me when I said that. You see, listening is an active skill. I've always said we follow the evidence on this channel, and wherever the evidence leads us, that's where we go. We don't work by emotions, okay? Evidence, where does the evidence lead us? The evidence does not say he was part of the unaliving of SENZO MEYIWA. Bring us the evidence. Watch me switch up in a second. Let me end this video right here. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you so much for the likes, comments, subscriptions. I see you. I see you so much. Guys, I have a favor. Okay, look at how many subscribers this channel has. I can't even say the number out loud, okay, for fear that I like to pick up on words that are said in the court. And Mr. Photographer changed how to say a certain number, 63. I'm just not going to say how many subscribers. So I think it's best we aim for 70,000 subscribers. That way I'm not going to struggle with the number, because every time I look at it, I'm like, man, that man has forever changed the way I look at numbers, the way I look at this number in particular. So we can only rush it through. That is it from me today. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for watching the ads. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for becoming a member. I'll catch you, of course, on my next upload. Bye.